Welcome to day one of the Epic Group All-Stars series. The news from the middle is somewhat positive, I guess. Hong Kong is recovering well after being battered by a tropical cyclone last night. But of course, we're going to have a bit of a delayed start here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. This game, of course, between the Kowloon Lions and the Hong Kong Islanders. And just to recap you on what exactly the Epic Group All-Stars series is, it's essentially a best versus best versus best tournament. So Hong Kong's finest cricketers are split into three different teams: the Hong Kong Islanders, the Kowloon Lions, and the New Territories Tigers. So of course this game, this tournament, how many games are we talking? 3 games. Yeah, there we go. 3 games and a final. So 4 games in total. Played today, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's a short, sharp burst of high-octane, highly competitive cricket in the Epic Group All-Star Series, which will, of course, inform selection for the men's national team going forward. So a lot to play for all 3 teams and all players. But like I said, the news from the middle is we're going to have a delayed start. We're going to have a start pretty soon. Fingers crossed, if the weather gods behave themselves. But yeah, stay tuned to our social media channels and our broadcast, of course, for the latest information and news on exactly when we're going to get started. Don't quote me on this, but I hope that we get started sometime in the next 45 minutes to 1 hour. But like I said, don't quote me on this. And of course, you can hit that bell icon, you can hit that subscribe button. And every single time we have a live broadcast from here in Hong Kong, you'll be the first to find out. And you can all, of course, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well at CricketHK. That's it for me for now. But do stick around for a word from our sponsors, Epic Group, without whom we would not be able to pull off this production. I hope to see you in around, maybe 15 or 30 minutes from now with some better news. Good afternoon. We have an update from you for day one of the Epic Group All-Star Series. Game one, of course, between the Hong Kong Islanders and the Kowloon Lions. The update is we're going to have another inspection at 2:30. As you can see, the umpires right now just informing the players of the latest arrangements. So yeah, I guess we'll be back with you closer to that 2:30 time I was talking about, and hopefully we'll have a positive update for you. But that's it from me, Jay Dansagani, your commentator for the day. If you like what you've heard, well, you haven't heard a lot of good news. But you can always follow me on Twitter at jdansingani. And, well, the good news is the covers are still off. And we'll be back with you in around, maybe 15 or 20 minutes with, fingers crossed, a better, more positive update.
Welcome back to the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. It's day one of the Epic Group All-Star Series. And this game, of course, between the Kowloon Lions and the Hong Kong Islanders. The great news from out in the middle is we are going to have some play here today. It's a 3 p.m. start. That's around, 24 minutes from now. And it's going to be a reduced 15 overs per side game. And that, of course, means we're going to have a 5-over power play, and each bowler can only bowl a maximum of 3 overs. So a reduced overs contest. It's not ideal, of course, but at least we have some play. We're going to have some live action for you, so don't go too far. Shortly, in around maybe 10-15 minutes from now, we're going to have the toss, and we're going to find out who's batting first, who's bowling first in game one of the Epic Group All-Star Series. So don't go too far, and spread the word about this live stream and cricket in Hong Kong with your friends and family. Let them know that we're going to be live in around 20 minutes from now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 1 of the Epic Group All-Stars series between the Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. We have great news from the middle. We're gonna have some live action for you in around 10 minutes from now. So that's the great news here from Mission Road. So 3 p.m. local time, that's 12:30 p.m. IST and 5 p.m. in Sydney. And a few moments ago, I met up with the captains and match referee, well, rather third umpire, Brett, to find out what happened at the toss. And, well, let's find out what happened at the toss. Welcome to day 1 of the Epic Group All-Star Series. The good news from the middle is we should get a start pretty soon. My watch seems to have run out of battery, but we should be getting a start pretty soon. It's game 1 between the Kowloon Lions and the Hong Kong Islanders. The two captains from the Kowloon Lions, Nezakat Khan, and from the Hong Kong Islanders, Aizaz Khan. They're both ready, as is the match referee, Brett. Brett, who's got the coin? Kowloon Lions.
Flower.
Flowers the call?
Numbers it is.
Numbers it is. Who's won the toss?
Like to vote.
Nezakat, I think we picked that up just now. You'd like to have a bowl first. I'm guessing there's no big secret about that. Green track, the conditions. Just talk to us about some of the names in your team coming into this tournament.
So we would like to bowl first, and we have few youngsters in our team, especially under 19 boys. Parth is playing, some others playing. So it's a great opportunity for them to showcase their talent, and I'm sure they'll do well.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, in the Hong Kong Islanders, you have very strong opponents. It's a very competitive series in general with all three teams. What is your strategy going into this game and this tournament?
Well, I know that Islanders team is a very strong team. They have good players in that. Our strategy is simple: to win all the games and make sure that we do well.
Mate, that's a very simple strategy. Best of luck for this tournament and for this game.
Thank you.
Aizaz, if you could join me up here, nice and quick. Aizaz, you didn't win the toss. Had you won the toss, what would your decision have been?
We would have bowled first as well, but I think it's still a good wicket. We just have to play positive cricket, put a good score on the board, and then later on, I think with our bowling attack, it should be an interesting game.
Yeah, absolutely. And a similar question for you. Just talk to us about some of the names to watch out for in your team, especially some of the young guys.
We've got a very balanced side. We've got a very good batting order. I think up at the top, we've got a very experienced batting lineup. Let's say Kinchit, and then Ehsan Khan is there. We've got a few youngsters, Hassan Khan, and then we've got Zakir coming up. So it's a good opportunity for everyone to perform well here, and I'm very excited and looking forward to the match.
Mate, I have to say you're a very humble man. There's of course you at the top as well. But Aizaz, best of luck for this contest and for the entire series.
Thank you. Thank you.
So there you have it. The news from the middle is the Kowloon Lions have won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first. So there you have it. The Kowloon Lions win and they're going to have a bowl first. And I have to say a grand total of 0 people are surprised by that decision. We've got overcast, cloudy conditions here at Mission Road, and we also have a bit of a green track. I was out there, of course, for the toss, as you saw earlier today. So definitely the likes of Hassan Khan, Muhammad, and even Ali Muhammad. And yeah, well, they should have a good day, in theory. I'm just going to read you out some of the playing 11s for the Hong Kong Islanders. We've got Aizaz Khan, Aftab Hussain, the left arm spinner. Awais Muhammad, one of those paces we talked about. DJ Rao, the left arm angle. Ehsan Khan, Harun Arshad, Hassan Khan Muhammad, Kinchit Shah, Ali Muhammad, I beg your pardon, Muhammad Khan, and Zakir Hayat. For the Kowloon Lions, skipper Nezakat Khan, Abdul Samad Khan, the under-19 player, Atiq Iqbal, Bilal Akhtar, Daniel Mapp. Tell you what, one to look out for, a tall swing bowler, the tallest player on show, as you can see on your screens right now. Yep, that's Daniel Mapp.
And we've also got Finn Ridley, Nasrullah Rana, Shehryar Khan, another seamer we were talking about, Waqas Barkat, Yasim Murtaza, Zishan Ali, and Parth Bhagwat. We're around 5 minutes away from the first ball here at Mission Road, and interestingly, the umpires and all the players have already made it out there in the middle, nice and early. You'd like to see that. But of course, a reminder on what I told you about around 10 or 15 minutes ago. It's a reduced overs contest, 15 overs aside, 5 over power play, and each bowler can only bowl a maximum of 3 overs. I have to say, after being battered by a tropical cyclone in the last 2 days, Hong Kong, I have to say, has recovered well. The umpires are just getting our attention, asking us if we're ready, so look at that. Forget about 3 o'clock, we're going to get started at 2:55. We got a slip in position, both openers are out there as well. And one of those openers, it looks like it's Waqas Barkat. In fact, it's Aizaz Khan and Muhammad Khan opening things up here for the Hong Kong Islanders. I tell you what, it's not going to be easy negotiating this power play. Here we go, first ball coming up. Shehryar Khan has been guided down to a deep third man. So Aizaz, the skipper, is off the mark off the very first delivery. And I'll be honest, I personally don't know too much about Muhammad Khan. He's not the tallest of batters. But of course, we're in the power play right now. Only 2 fielders allowed outside that 30-yard circle. And you can see Muhammad Khan straight away just eyeing up those gaps in the leg side. There's a deep square leg in position. Deep fine leg, mid-on and mid-wicket in the circle. That's left alone. A reminder of what's at stake. This is, of course, a 3-team tournament, a single round-robin format followed by the final on Sunday. So it's a short, sharp, quick tournament, and it's essentially a best versus best series. Fuller, that's hit high on the bat, a catching opportunity. It should have been taken. That man in the cover region putting down a sitter. Waqas Khan, you have to, apologies Waqas Barkat, you have to hold on to simple catches like that. Should have been the first wicket down, and an early reprieve here for Muhammad Khan. Muhammad Khan should have been walking out to the dugout for a golden duck. Down the track goes Aizaz, unable to find the gap. An interesting approach here from the Hong Kong Islanders. They don't care that this is a green top. They don't care about the overcast conditions. All they see is the fact that there are only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. They want to take advantage of this power play. Tell you what, it makes for compelling viewing. The Hong Kong Islanders not backing down. Nice and straight Shehryar Khan. He's made a good start. And of course, you do well in this series. You push your case for selection in that men's national team. And a decent amount of action coming up in the next, 6 to 12 months for the Hong Kong men's national team. They've of course got the Emerging Nations Asia Cup. I'm not entirely sure when that's going to take place. There were initial discussions about it taking place in December or January. And if you follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, all the latest news about cricket in Hong Kong, you can find it on social media. Down the track goes Azaz, another catching opportunity, and this time Midoff makes no mistake. So an early breakthrough here for the Kowloon Lions. A good start for them. And after 1 over, the Hong Kong Islanders are 2 for 1, having lost their skipper, Azaz Khan. I have to say, I'm not entirely sure why a drink is running onto the field. We've only been on the field for 4 minutes. You can't possibly be feeling thirsty right now, Kowloon Lions. Nonetheless, the bowling team, the Kowloon Lions, have made a brilliant start. Of course, Muhammad Khan was put down, I beg your pardon, off the 3rd delivery of this game, but Azaz holding out to Midoff just moments ago. And that brings one of Hong Kong's finest players, Kinchit Shah, to the crease at number 3. And in usual circumstances, I would say, hey, you know what? Left hand, right hand combination out in the middle. It's gonna be a little challenging for the bowler to make that adjustment. I beg your pardon. Look at me getting tongue-tied in the commentary box. But bowling from the other end is one of Hong Kong's most accurate bowlers, Atiq Iqbal. He's got the ball in hand. And both Nizakat and Atiq just working on perfecting that field placement. Here we go. First ball for Atiq, a slip in position. That's guided down to deep third man yet again. And that brings Kinchit on strike for his first delivery of the day. And Kinchit Shah, of course, used to go to school just, well, right down the road at King George V School. And in fact, well, hey, that's exactly where I went to school as well. Kinchit Shah, tell you what, made it into that school senior team at a very, very young age. I think he was the only person below the 9th grade to be included in that school team, and he walked right in. So one of our best players as well. Here we go, Kinchit Shah on strike. Lets that go. Now, in fact, umpire John Prakash has adjudged that to be a wide delivery, and that's probably the right call as well. There you go, the commentator's curse striking nice and early here at Mission Road. We were just talking up Atiq Iqbal. Make no mistake though, Atiq Iqbal is known for his nagging accuracy. Just losing his run up there, he's going to have to load up again. But if you're just joining us, the news from the middle is the Kowloon Lions won the toss, decided to bowl first, and took an early wicket, of course, in that very first over. Azaz Khan holding out to mid-off. We have a bit of a break in play, bit of disruption there down at the side screen. This photographer down at the side screen looking for that perfect shot. I tell you what, it's so great to have some media coverage here of the Epic Group All-Stars Series. A big thank you to our sponsors, the Epic Group. Here we go, that's pushed. Yasim Murtaza makes it in. Apologies, Kinchit Shah makes it in easily for his first run to get off the mark. Four deliveries left in the second over. That's tucked. Straight back to the bowler. Kowloon Lions, they're getting louder and louder. They know they've got a clear early advantage here. And a reminder, it's a 15 over a side game, a 5 over power play. And each bowler can only bowl a maximum of 3 overs. Oh, pitched up, but he didn't move his feet there, Muhammad Khan. Slip could have come into play there. A tentative play and miss. Still no boundaries here for the Hong Kong Islanders. I gotta say, in these conditions, there's a big advantage if you win the toss and bowl first. Pitched up, he goes down the ground, hasn't got it all. In fact, it just about sneaks over the rope. And yes, umpire John Prakash gets his arms out, and Hong Kong Islanders pick up their first boundary. I tell you what, good value for your shots if you go down the ground, especially if you're batting at this end. A very short straight boundary. Muhammad Khan, like I said, didn't get it off the middle of the bat. Got enough of it for it to carry all the way. Goes big yet again, whipped away in front of square on the leg side. And it races down to deep mid-wicket. So a 6 followed by a 4. And that score now moving on to 16 for 1 with 1 ball left in the second over. Muhammad Khan, just as I was saying, maybe just struggling a tad at the crease, tells me, hey commentator, I've got my eye in now. 16 for 1. In fact, that is the end of the over. So we're going to have Kinchit Shah on strike. Shariar to continue. Ah, that's too wide. The umpire gets some exercise, and Hong Kong Islanders get a bonus run. The kudos to Muhammad Khan, closing out the second over with the 6 followed by a boundary. Whipped away between square leg and mid-wicket. That's punched. That's racing down to the boundary as well. Look at that. Between backward point and deep third man, Kinchit Shah now picks up his first boundary. And these two batters ticking along nicely after a slow, sedate start. Kinchit Shah moving on to 5 off 2. And Kinchit, of course, one of the first names on the team sheet every time that Hong Kong men's national team 11 is chosen. Hasn't been bowling a lot in the last 6 months or so, but with the bat, continues to bat at number 3, number 4, sometimes number 5. Kinchit Shah, one of the most reliable performers for the national team. Look at that, that's an intelligent bit of batting. Just nudged into the offside for an easy single. And a warm round of applause as well from that Islanders dugout. Kowloon Lions, of course, winning the toss, choosing to bowl first, and picking up the big wicket of Azaz Khan, who holed out to mid-off in the very first over. Muhammad Khan, of course, was dropped off his, just his second delivery, I believe. Second wide of the over, hands on his head, Shariar Khan. First 2 wide, and now down the leg side. Just lost his radar a little bit after picking up that early wicket in the first over. That's a lot better. Nice and straight. Muhammad Khan, it looked like he was shaping up to work it away on the leg side, but unable to do much with that. See Muhammad Khan just looking in my direction here in the commentary box. He's not very interested in me. He's trying to eye up that gap between that fielder at gully and Yasim Murtaza at first slip. Tell you what, you try and run it down, you always run the risk of guiding it straight into the safe hands of Yasim Murtaza. going to be interesting to see what sort of role Yasim, the left arm spinner, plays at the end of the power play. It's not going to be easy to grip the ball, of course. If you're a finger spinner, play and a miss. Tell you what, he missed out there. Short and wide, it was definitely there for the taking. And now the two batters just coming down for a mid-pitch conference. And in a shortened 15-over-side game, I wonder what are the Hong Kong Islanders targeting. You get the feeling, as a bare minimum, they've got to go at 8 runs per over. Here we go, Muhammad Khan on strike yet again. Goes leg side. Very wristy shot and well fielded there by the fielder at mid-on. Keeps it down to just a single. But like I said, at the very least, you get the sense they're targeting something in the region of 8 runs per over, which would take them to 120. But ideally, they want to be as close to that 140 mark as possible. Maybe even 150. That's a good end to the over from Shahryar Khan. And after 3, it's 23 for 1. It's been a great season of domestic cricket so far in Hong Kong, both for the men and for the women. And of course, just 4 days ago, we had the final of the men's T20 Premier League. That title, of course, going to KCC, who defeated Pakistan Association quite convincingly in the final. Tell you what, it was a highly competitive Premier League season as well. PACC going undefeated in their 4 group games, winning a narrow contest against KCC. But KCC, well, you gotta say, they bounced back and bounced back in some style, taking home that Premier League title. We have a change in bowling. Ooh, that's down the leg side. Finn Ridley, one of the players we were talking about in the lead up to this game. The tall Finn Ridley. And he's known to generate a generous amount of movement in the air. He can definitely swing the ball. He's got that height as well. Here we go, Finn Ridley. Oh, that's nice and quick. That's come off the glove, and it's an easy decision for the umpire. So Muhammad Khan, it was bright and breezy, but now he's walking back to the dugout, and that score now 23 for 2. And you can see that height, that extra pace from Finn Ridley. A huge contrast in the height, I have to say, between Muhammad Khan and Finn Ridley. Just finding the glove of Muhammad Khan, the Hong Kong Islanders opener. Tell you what, he lived dangerously in that innings. He was put down once, struck a 6 down the ground, whipped one away towards that, well, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg region. On this occasion, however, tried to go aerial yet again and lost his wicket.
He'll be batting only.
And walking to the crease at number 4 is Haroon Arshad. Haroon Arshad is, of course, a genuine all-rounder. But today he will not be bowling. And I have to say, personally, it's the first time I've seen Haroon Arshad bat this high, coming in at number 4. Haroon Arshad, of course, has the highest strike rate for the Hong Kong men's national team in T20I cricket. That's down the leg side. Oh, look at that. A good bit of work from the wicketkeeper. And that, of course, is Zishan Ali. With that acrobatic a bit of wicket keeping down the leg side, he's going to have a huge role to play for the Kowloon Lions in that second innings. And it's good to see that view count on YouTube getting closer and closer to 100 viewers. Oh, look at that. The perfect length and the perfect channel as well. Finn Ridley, it's one heck of a start from you. Creating issues for these Hong Kong Islanders batters. And of course, this game available to watch on YouTube and on the CHK official Facebook channel. That's left alone yet again. And of course, if you are in India and in the subcontinent, you can watch this on fan code. I tell you what, the CHK production team has done a fine job throughout the season. There were certain days where we had 4 games in one day. So 4 games being streamed in the space of just one day on that CHK YouTube and Facebook channel. That's tucked away in the leg side, looking for his first run. It's a suicidal single, and it's going to be the 3rd wicket down. Disaster here for Kowloon Arshad and the Hong Kong Islanders. A huge mix-up between him and Kinchit Shah. And you have to say the Kowloon Lions with a huge early advantage here at Mission Road. Kowloon Arshad, that's a poor bit of cricket. There was never a single on offer. And I'm not sure if you just picked it up, but Kinchit Shah, disappointed, smacks his pad with his bat. Smacks it in frustration. We talked about how it's going to be tough for the Hong Kong Islanders after losing the toss and being put into bat. But they've done themselves no favors whatsoever. Absolutely needless run out. But you have to give credit where credit's due. The Kowloon Lions, their bowlers have barely put a foot wrong today. And a simple run out there at the striker's end. I tell you what, if you're in a crisis, if you've lost 3 wickets within the power play, one of the first batters I'd love to see walking out there is Ehsan Khan. The Hong Kong veteran, the evergreen Ehsan Khan, walks in at number 5. Tell you what, Ehsan, he's got a lot of work to do. 24 for 3. Still have 8 balls left in the power play. Finn Ridley's got his tail up. Pitched up. Oh, could have been 2 and 2. Just whiskers away from that outside edge of Ehsan Khan. Tell you what, we've had a late start here at Mission Road, but there's been no shortage of action since we've gotten underway. And look at that, now we have 2 slips in position. Finn Ridley, can he pick up a 2nd wicket? Down the track goes Ehsan Khan, another play and a miss. And that's a great end to a successful over. 24 for 3 after 4. I tell you what, I love it every single time that view count goes up on YouTube. We now have 91 viewers tuning in on YouTube. I'm sure we have a lot more tuning in on Facebook as well. Not to forget fan code if you are in that Indian subcontinent. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, the Epic Group. Thank you so much for supporting cricket in Hong Kong for many years now. And without you, Epic Group, we would not be able to pull off this production, and well, we wouldn't be able to pull off this tournament either. And look at that, another photographer at the side screen. Tell you what, I don't blame the photographers. I'd want to get that perfect shot as well. It's great to have interest from the local news media. And of course, a lot of interest as well on YouTube, Facebook, and fan code. If you're watching at home, I want you to hit up that comment section. I want to hear from you. What do you think the Hong Kong Islanders will score at the end of this innings? Here we go, Nasrullah Rana with his first over. That's nudged into the offside for a single. Kinchit Shah still early stages in his innings, but struck a boundary off just his 2nd ball, guided away between that gully fielder and deep 3rd man. Kinchit Shah, he's an experienced campaigner now. I'm sure he knows exactly what's required. Nothing fancy. Just build a partnership. Two very, very experienced batters at the crease right now, Ehsan and Kinchit. Got a 6-3 offside field, including 2 slips in position. That's short. Oh, a chance here, deep mid-wicket. Takes it. Look at that. Only 1 fielder in the deep on the leg side, and Ehsan Khan picks him out to perfection. So things going from bad to worse here for the Hong Kong Islanders. 25 for 4 now, and we're still within the power play. Look at that. A less than ideal start here for the Hong Kong Islanders, I gotta say. I'm a little bit surprised. 25 for 4. I don't know what to say. Ehsan Khan picking out that fielder to perfection. 5 yards to the right, 5 yards to the left, and it would have been a boundary. But good stuff, Nasrullah Rana. And recently he was in Pakistan. He was training, of course, with Central Punjab, bowling to very, very good batters from a full member nation. He got his pace up as well, Nasrullah Rana. It's the fastest I've seen him bowl this season. Tell you what, Nasrullah making a strong statement. I tell you what, I'm not gonna give the selectors any advice, but I'm sure he's very, very close to making a comeback for the national team. Nasrullah Rana, can he make it 2-2? Well, not with full tosses like that. Nudged into the offside for an easy single. As Mohammad Awais off the mark. Mohammad Awais walking in at number 6. He's going to have a role to play with the ball as well. I tell you what, unless they build a partnership right now, the Hong Kong Islanders might not have much of a target to defend. Driven, but he finds the fielder. Tell you what, it was well hit. Great sound off the bat. But when it's not happening for you, it's just not happening for you. Kinchit Shah unable to find the gap. Trying to assess his options on the leg side now, Kinchit. See Nazakat Khan. When Kinchit's on strike, he takes that extra slip out of position. And that extra man is at a shortish mid-wicket. Pulled away, finds mid-wicket, who juggles it, but eventually takes the catch. Tell you what, with Kinchit Shah gone, the Hong Kong Islanders have now lost half their team. And we're still inside the power play. 27 for 5 with 1 ball left in the 5th over. I tell you what, we could be in for an early conclusion to this game. A reduced 15 overs aside contest, and the Hong Kong Islanders in real danger of not batting out their full 15 over quota. Kowloon Lions, what a start to the tournament. Every single one of their bowlers has stepped up to the plate so far this afternoon rather. 27 for 5 Hong Kong Islanders. That batting lineup, a lot of them hoping to be selected in the Hong Kong men's national team, and none of them have done themselves any favors on a gloomy afternoon here at Mission Road. We have a comment on YouTube. Ovi Hassan, well, around 20 to 25 minutes ago, predicted that the team batting first would win. I'm sorry to say, Ovi, your prediction isn't looking too good. That's nudged. Oh, look at that. Another mix-up between these two batters. The new batter at the crease, Zakir Hayat. Dot ball to kick off his innings and a dot ball to close out the power play. An incredibly successful power play for Kowloon Lions. 27 for 5 after 5. And you can see that signal from the umpire as well. John Prakash signaling the end of the power play. Finn Radley, 2 wickets in his first over. One, of course, coming via a run out. A suicidal single being attempted by Harun Arshad. He was sent back by Kinchit Shah, but he was short of his crease. And Kinchit, of course, pulled away a delivery straight into the hands of short mid-wicket. And we were talking about the importance of that short mid-wicket and whether or not he'd come into play. Guess what? Very next delivery came into play. Kinchit Shah. Bit of a soft dismissal for Kinchit. Muhammad Awais on strike. Guides that down to deep third man. It's just going to be a single. Left alone. Look at that, Finn Ridley. Tell you what, he is made for red ball cricket, Finn Ridley. I'd love to see him bowling in first class cricket. He's got a great future ahead of him, Finn Ridley. This tallest player on show today, make no doubt about that. And he's got 2 slips in position. Look at that. That's exactly where you want to be bowling. That's the right channel. That's the right length as well from Ridley. I'm going to be honest, it's my first opportunity to take a look at Finn Ridley. And I've been incredibly impressed with the youngster. And that's the great thing about the Epic Group All-Star Series. It brings together Hong Kong's best cricketers playing against each other in a 3-team single round robin tournament. That's worked away in the leg side. Still no run. Boundaries have dried up. The runs have dried up here for the Hong Kong Islanders. One thing that hasn't dried up, however, is those wickets. They've been bleeding wickets in the last 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to be brutally honest, it's very, very hard to see a way out here for the Kowloon Lions. Apologies for the Islanders. That's driven through the offside. Well timed, but it's not going to go to the boundary. They get back for a very useful 2 runs. But if you want to help us spread the word about cricket in Hong Kong and spread the word about associate cricket, share the link to this live stream with your friends and family. And in fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my own advice. I'm on YouTube right now. I'm going to press that share button. I see a couple of icons popping up. I'm going to click on WhatsApp. Here we go. WhatsApp is loading. I'm going to share that in my family group chat right now. I urge you to do the same. A full toss. And that's been timed between cover and extra cover. An important boundary here for the Hong Kong Islanders. A rare boundary as well. Zakir Hayat with his first 4. And they're going to need a lot more of these. Make no mistake about that. There we go. My family group chat. I'm going to let them know that Jay Dansinghani is commentating live on the very first game of the Epic Group All-Star Series between the Kowloon Lions and the Hong Kong Islanders. The news from the middle, of course, is the Kowloon Lions won the toss and predictably decided to bowl first. I tell you what, the decision has been vindicated. 34 for 5, the Hong Kong Islanders after just 6 overs. It's a reduced 15 overs a side contest, so a 5 over power play and a maximum of 3 overs per bowler. in spite of this reduced overs fixture, there's a real possibility that the Hong Kong Islanders will not bat out their full quota of 15 overs. And for the first time today, we're going to see some spin in the form of Yasim Murtaza. Got a long off on the boundary and a mid-on up in the circle. Oh, false start for Yasim. He's going to have to load up again. Oh, nice. Slow and loopy from Yasim Murtaza. It's exactly what he did throughout the Asia Cup qualifiers. And of course in the main Asia Cup tournament itself. He's a big reason why Hong Kong were undefeated at the men's Asia Cup qualifiers. That's pushed straight into the cover region. Consecutive dot balls to kick off his spell. On the money yet again. Make that 3 consecutive dot balls. And of course in T20 cricket, the statistical likelihood of taking a wicket absolutely skyrockets after 3 consecutive dot balls. You get the feeling that something's got to give right now for the Hong Kong Islanders. That shorter, flatter, oh, hits it straight to backward point. Should have been a boundary. It was there for the taking. Nonetheless, a fumble from Atiq Iqbal allows them to get through for a single. Tell you what though, when you're 5 wickets down and things are not going your way, that can tend to happen. You find the fielders instead of finding the gaps. Just 1 run off this over, 2 balls left. Once again, that cover fieldsman coming into play. And a familiar result, another dot ball. Oh, right on the money. Just 1 run off that over. Going at only 5 runs and over here. The Hong Kong Islanders, 35 for 5 after 7. And skipper Nizakat Khan ringing the changes. We have Atiq Iqbal coming back into the attack for his second spell and his second over. And I like this captaincy as well from Nizakat Khan. Not only is he the captain of the Kowloon Lions, he's also the captain of the Hong Kong men's national team. I tell you what, if you're playing in this Kowloon Lions 11 and you put up some strong performances in this series, well, guess what? The captain's going to be watching. The captain's going to be very, very happy with you. They could fast track you into that national team. Pitched up. Ooh, that's a very optimistic appeal. A very thick inside edge there from Mohammad Awais. Nonetheless, Atiq Iqbal does that so well. Bowls in that channel, often bowls at perfect length. A little bit of movement into the right-hander, a bit of movement away from the right-hander. Absolutely nothing fancy. He's not reinventing the wheel here, Atiq Iqbal. Sticking to the basics. Oh, look at that. I talked him up. That was short and wide. Should have been a boundary. But Atiq has been the most expensive of the bowlers on show so far today. Conceding 13, still 4 balls left in his second over. Pitched up, oh, didn't move his feet, and once again saved by that inside edge. They're thinking about overthrows. Mohammad Awais, mate, you've got to move your feet. That's one thing Atiq Iqbal can do. If there's any movement on offer, he's going to test out your technique. And he's been in and around that national setup recently. Was in the squad, of course, for the Asia Cup qualifiers and the main Asia Cup tournament. Played just 1 game, I believe. Ooh, look at that. A sharp bit of movement into Zakir Hayat. Everyone listening on Fancode, YouTube, and Facebook, I want to hear from you. I want to know what you have to say. How much do you think the Hong Kong Islanders will score at the end of this innings? Drop your predictions in the comments section. Oh, another play and a miss. It's been a familiar story here for the Hong Kong Islanders. One ball left in the 8th over, just one run off it. And it's going to stay like that. Another play and a miss. 36 for 5 after 8. And of course, just 2 runs coming in the last 12 deliveries. So that's the issue here for the Hong Kong Islanders. They're losing wickets. And they're not getting boundaries. They're not picking up singles either. The runs have dried up. They're bleeding wickets. And they need a partnership right now. Tell you what, the good news for the Hong Kong Islanders is there's still some batting to come in that dugout. Someone like Aftab Hussain, I'm sure he's padded up right now. Yasim Murtaza to continue. Tossed up, guided away. Third man, Finn Ridley cuts it off. It's just a single. Ovi Hassan predicting a score of 100 plus here for the Hong Kong Islanders. I tell you what, if you're in that Islanders dugout, you'll take 100 plus. Punched, good sound off the bat, work to do for deep cover. And he gets around nicely. It should be, oh, look at that. I gotta say, it's a poor bit of running. You have to run that first one a lot harder, Hong Kong Islanders. Just a single. Freakle18 on YouTube asking, where is Ghazanfar? Unfortunately, Mohammad Ghazanfar still out injured. So I hope we get to see Ghazanfar sooner rather than later. Three balls left in the 9th over. Pushed into the offside. Another dot ball. Fielding at short cover, of course, is skipper Nizakat Khan. And he's going to come into the action yet again. Ever since they won the toss and decided to bowl first. Make no mistake, Kowloon Lions, they've been right on top. Nudged into the leg side for another single. And we're at that stage of the innings now where singles are just not going to cut it. They need a partnership, but they also need to accelerate. Another over ticks by. Just 5 runs have come in the last 3 overs. They're getting stuck here. The Hong Kong Islanders 39 for 5 after 9. He's going to be bowling his last over now at Atiq Iqbal. A reminder that each bowler can only bowl a maximum of 3 overs. This, of course, is a reduced 15 over a side contest. And that 5 over power play, it was all Kowloon Lions. They took 5 wickets in the first 5 overs. Here we go, Atiq Iqbal pitches it up. Ooh, a thickish inside edge. That's squeezed down to a deep square leg region. A bit of a fumble allows them to come back for 2. Mohammad Awais batting on 8 of 15. He's been there for a bit. Of course, he's been at the crease for 15 deliveries. Looking leg side. It's a long leg side boundary, I tell you. Maybe he'd be better served trying to go down the ground. We have a mid-off up in the circle and a long on. On the boundary, look at that, a play and a miss. Atiq Iqbal, you got to give him credit. He's bowling to his field. Atiq Iqbal, he's played plenty of cricket in Hong Kong, plenty of cricket here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. He knows that the end that he's bowling from, there are short, straight boundaries. You don't want to be full and straight. No half volleys. Oh, tries to go down the ground, gets a thick outside edge, down to deep third man for just a single. Like I said, short, straight boundaries. The only maximum we've seen today from the bat of Muhammad Khan was struck down the ground from this same end we're referring to. That ball, of course, just about sneaking beyond the boundary rope. Down the ground, has he found the gap? Absolutely, he beats Nazakat Khan to his left at mid-off. And a welcome boundary here for Kowloon Lions. That score now moving on to 46 for 5. We have 5.2 overs left in this innings. And they're going to have to go at just a shade over 10 runs and over to get up to that magical 3-figure score. And that boundary has also forced a change in field. Nazakat Khan now drops back from mid-off to a long off on the rope. Tell you what, a huge gap though between long off and long on. Ah, play and a miss. Second boundary though for Zakir Hayat. And if I was Zakir Hayat, I would be looking to go down the ground. Try to go as straight as possible, even if he mishits it. There's a chance it lands between long on and long off, but you have to take your chances. Zakir tries to go straight. Might have hit it straight to Nazakat. Absolutely. 6th wicket down, Zakir Hayat. I don't fault him for his intent, but the execution, well, his execution wasn't great, but Atiq Iqbal, that's good thinking from the right arm seamer. Picks up his first wicket of the day. 46 for 6 now after 10 overs. But like we were speaking of, Zakir Hayat looking to target that straight boundary. And a very, very good bit of bowling and a very good bit of captaincy as well from Nazakat. He knew exactly what Zakir Hayat would have been planning. And a good bit of anticipation as well from Nazakat. That's the thing about Nazakat Khan. One of Hong Kong's finest players, but also a very, very sharp cricketing brain. Nazakat Khan, he's been around the Hong Kong setup for what feels like forever. Into his 30s now, Nazakat Khan, the experienced campaigner, the captain for both the Kowloon Lions and the Hong Kong men's national team. But 46 for 6 now, the Hong Kong Islanders. That score we were talking about, something in the region of 100, it's looking, well, it's looking more and more distant. And amidst all that chaos, I forgot to tell you the new batter at the crease is Hassan Muhammad Khan. And Bilal Akhtar, the leg spinner, into the attack for the first time today. That's a rank long cop to kick off his spell. Lucky that plugs in the outfield. Overnight rain coming to the rescue of Bilal Akhtar. Deserved to be hit for a boundary.
2 runs.
2 useful runs here for the Hong Kong Islanders. Make no mistake, the charge is on. The Hong Kong Islanders don't need me to tell them this. There's no point getting up to a score of around 75 or 80 runs. Chance your arm. Try and get up to 100, 110. Even if that means being bowled out early. Bilal Akhtar, are they going to go after him? That's short yet again. Slapped. Deep cover takes it. 7th wicket down now. They lost 2 in quick succession. And I wish I had better news for you if you're a Hong Kong Islanders fan, but I really don't. 48 for 7. They only have 3 wickets left. And the set batter Mohammad Awais walking back to the dugout. The dejected Mohammad Awais walking back to the dugout. We're going to get confirmation on who that new batter is. I believe it's Aftab Hussain. Yeah, there you go. You're going to see it on your screens in the next couple of seconds. Aftab Hussain walking in at number 9. Make no mistake, and he can definitely wield the willow. I have to say, Hassan Muhammad Khan yet to face a single delivery in this innings. He's at the non-striker's end. I don't agree with Hassan Muhammad Khan walking into bat at number 8. I think that's too low. Hassan Muhammad Khan, in my opinion, bowling, of course, is his stronger suit, but he is an all-rounder. And he's an all-rounder with potential of making key contributions with the bat for the national team, along with key contributions with the ball. Bilal Akhtar, I gotta say, very, very lucky to pick up that wicket. It was short and wide, deserved to be put away. Short and wide yet again. This time the umpire gets some exercise and they get a bonus run here, the Hong Kong Islanders. 49 for 7. Oh, that's not a pretty scoreline at all. That's a little better. Ooh, Finn Ridley. Good piece of fielding. Saves at least 1 run. And it's 50 up now for the Hong Kong Islanders. But there's, well, nobody is standing up in that Islanders dugout. Nobody's clapping. There's nothing to clap for. There's nothing to cheer for. They've been absolutely outclassed so far today, the Hong Kong Islanders. And we keep saying this. All they need is one partnership. They bat so deep, the Islanders. But they haven't stitched together a single partnership today. Guided 1 bounce to Finn Ridley. Tell you what, it's getting just a little bit chilly now at Mission Road. Perhaps I need to get my windbreaker out. But we hope that we're going to see all 15 overs bowled here. That's assuming, of course, that the Islanders bat out their innings. That's slapped away in front of square. Deep mid-wicket, didn't even move. And first boundary here for Hassan Muhammad Khan. I tell you what, in the final of the Men's T20 Premier League, Hassan Muhammad Khan made a key contribution. He top scored for PACC in that game, pushed them up to 109 in 20 overs. 107, in fact, I think. But of course, 107 in 20 overs, it was never going to be enough. Back live. And that's an LBW. Look at that. So right after hitting a boundary, the batter walking back to the dugout. It's 8 wickets down now. Hassan Muhammad Khan slapped one away. We were talking him up, and the commentator's curse has struck yet again. Walking back to the dugout. $54 for 8, just 4 overs left, but they only have 2 more wickets to play with. And now walking in at number 10, Ali Muhammad, he can definitely give it a whack. This is what I've been saying throughout this innings. The Hong Kong Islanders, I tell you what, in that batting lineup, it's an embarrassment of riches. They have so many options in that batting order. They bat so deep, but they haven't made any use of that depth in batting. And look, at the end of the day, it's not easy in these conditions when you lose the toss and you're put into bat. But I tell you what, 54 for 8, it's still not good enough. They're a better team than this. Finn Ridley into his final over. He's got to slip in position. That's a full toss. Ooh, sent back after Hussain, and wisely so. Just another 23 deliveries left in this reduced 15 overs side contest. And I tell you what, it doesn't look good for the Hong Kong Islanders. I don't think they're going to bat out their full 15 overs. And even if they do, they're going at less than 5 runs and over. Full, too full on the legs, gets away with that one. Down to deep fine leg for just a single. You see Yasim Murtaza there at deep square leg, for some reason applauding his bowler. I think that was a pretty poor delivery. But look, at the end of the day, Finn Ridley been one of the pick of the bowlers here for the Kowloon Lions, so I'm not going to get too critical. Guided away, deep third man. Makes no mistake whatsoever. And if you're the Kowloon Lions, singles are not going to trouble you. .56 for 8 now. Driven, uppish, but driven confidently and driven for 4. Down to that deep extra cover boundary. You like to see this. And who's that? Aftab Hussain. We talked about this earlier. Definitely has some ability with the bat. A nice high elbow. Confident stride down the crease as well. Aftab Hussain, make no mistake about it. He is a proper batsman. 60 for 8. On the legs yet again. It's whipped away. I got too excited. There's a deep fine leg in position. And a nice strong throw, I beg your pardon, from that fielder down there.
Easy 4.
.61 for 8. Ali Muhammad. Definitely capable of lifting a few deliveries over the ropes. Backs away and he's clean bowled. You miss, I hit, says Finn Ridley. That's an amazing way to close out his spell, Finn Ridley. I believe that's 2 wickets now for Finn Ridley today. Been one of the pick of the bowlers here for the Kowloon Lions. And things going from bad to worse for the Islanders. They're now 61 for 9. Yet another capable batter walking back to the dugout with his head bowed down in disappointment. Only 1 wicket left now for the Islanders. And it's going to be left arm seamer Dhananjay Rao walking to the middle. I don't think he expected to have a bat today, especially as we have a reduced 15 overs per side contest. DJ Rao, he's going to have a huge role to play with the ball, but I don't think he has enough runs to defend. Kowloon Lions, they won the toss, decided to bowl first. The very third ball of the game, Muhammad Khan was put down at mid-off, I believe. It was a simple chance, but since then, it's been all Kowloon Lions. Azaz Khan, the Islanders skipper, holding out to mid-off. 8 more wickets have fallen since then. 9 wickets in total. The good news, of course, for the Islanders, well, I say good news. They're 61 for 9. But Aftab Hussain is on strike. There's a big gap there between long on and deep mid-wicket. So if he gets a hold of one to that whitish long on region, maybe he can pick up a maximum. Maybe he can push this total closer to that 100 run mark. Tossed up. Oh, a fortuitous outside edge. It's running down to deep third man. And a welcome boundary here for the Islanders.
Stepping in for Jay Ghansangani while he takes a quick break. As in comes Bilal Akhtar to Aftab Hussain, who dabs it behind point for a quick single to Finn Ridley, who's bowled well today. The Lions have been excellent in the field today. And there's a 65 for 9 reduced overs match due to wet outfield. Thankfully, the rain has stayed away. Weather has been good. And you can see the batters just having a quick check. Dhananjay Rao on strike. He's a capable batsman in his own right. Don't be fooled by the fact that he's batting down at number 11. He knows how to hold a stick. He's facing Bilal Akhtar. It's driven straight back to him. Probably just fell short there, so another dot ball. Bilal and Dhananjay both play the cricket for the squad Lil Saiwan. Both were teammates for the Lil Saiwan Premier League team. The recently concluded Premier League T20, now up against each other. And as you can see, the scoreline not looking great for the Islanders as Dhananjay faces. Beaten outside off stump. Good ball there from Bilal Akhtar. Bilal first came to prominence, I believe, in the first edition of the Epic Group All-Star Series. Young talented leg spinner uncovered by the Lil Saiwan Cricket Club has quickly climbed to the ranks, and this is his second tournament in the All-Star Series, probably third if you include one day's T20s, exhibition T20s could be his fourth. Experienced player at this level now, very young man, about 21 years old. End of the over, 67 for 9, 13. Final 2 overs of this innings coming up. Shortened game, only 15 overs aside. Nazrullah Rana starts to mark his run up as Aftab and Dhananjay discuss how to negotiate the final 12 balls of this innings. They obviously would want to score another 23 runs, I would think would be the target. Get to 90, 6 and over, something to bowl at. But that's going to take some effort. Nazrullah Rana back onto the attack, back in Hong Kong after a couple of seasons in Pakistan due to the COVID lockdown, unable to return. Played some good cricket while he was there. He's back in Hong Kong now, played in the Premier League for Pakistan Association Cricket Club. Now here has been bowling impressively for the Kowloon Lions. I think this might be Nazrullah's first All-Star Series. He might have missed the early editions due to being out of town, but it's good to have him here in the mix as he runs into bowl to Dhananjay Rao, another young fast bowler. Flicked uppishly off the hips. Loud call of throw from Nizakat Khan, I believe that was. Imploring his fielder to get the throw in the field. Pretty attacking from the Kowloon Lions, not opting for 5 boundary fielders as they could have. I think they got fine leg, deep square leg, third man deep cover, and 6 fielders in the circle, mid on, mid off. Yasim Murtaza here, just out of the circle. At mid on, will probably walk into the circle by the time the ball is bowled. Mid wicket, mid off, cover, point, no slip in place. Should be one more boundary fielder I'm missing. Here comes Nazrullah. Aftab Hussain drives nicely through the gap in the offside. The sweeper tidies up. Only be a single. So mid on, mid off, both up in the circle. Suggests Nazrullah is going to be bowling back of a length, making it hard for the batters to hit him down the ground. Fine leg back, third man back, deep backward square leg, sweeper on the off. No, that's right, they have 5 in the circle, 4 on the boundaries. Fairly attacking by Nizakat Khan. He would be brave for bringing a slip in at this stage of the innings. Nazrullah in again now to Dhananjay. It's on the pads, worked nicely down to fine leg. Fielder's gonna pick that up quite comfortably. I think that's young Parth Bhagwat down there. Fine leg. Pardon me if I'm mistaken. It's only a single. Aftab Hussain surveying the field here as he takes strike. Capable batsman in his own right too, formerly of the Lil Saiwan Club, now has moved over to United Services Recreation Club. He's been playing there for the last couple of seasons. Nazrullah Rana, as far as I can recall, has always been a Pakistan Association Club. Into bowl, it's a full toss. Defended to point, no run. Loud call of no. I think that was a change of pace there from Nazrullah. Took Aftab by surprise, gets away with the dot ball despite a full toss. So just 8 balls left in this first inning. 70 is what the Islanders have on the board. You suspect that won't be enough, especially given the Kowloon Lions have Nizakat Khan, Zishan Ali, Yasim Murtaza, young under 19 Parth Bhagwat all in the batting lineup, Waqas Barkat. So it's a powerful team, the Lions. they'll be confident here. That's clipped him on the hip, and it's just been tidied up by Zishan behind the stumps. No run. Aftab not happy he couldn't get that away. It's not been a great day for the Islanders with the bat. They lost an early wicket in the very first over, and it's just been a struggle to catch up since then. Last ball of the 14th over. Nazrullah in. Beats him. Another short ball. Aftab looking for the pull, unable to get anything on it. It's a very good over that by Nazrullah. Ends with 3 dot balls. Final over. Hand over back to Jaidan Singhani.
Yep, thank you Nitesh for taking over while I took a quick drinks break. I tell you what, I've committed the cardinal sin as a commentator. I've left my strip of strepsils at home. So, I gotta say, it's like trying to run a marathon with just one leg. Nonetheless, I've got my reliable H2O with me right now in the comm box. And reliable is not a word I would use to describe the Hong Kong Islanders' batting performance so far today. A play and a miss. Look at that. More spin. I think that's Waqas's first over of the day. There we go. First over. He's bowling the very last over of the innings. And he picks up a wicket straight away. Hong Kong Islanders had no option but to go with it. Go for it, I beg your pardon. And they're bowled out for 70 with 4 deliveries left in their 15 over allotment. I gotta say, I'm not gonna mince my words. These are some of the best players in Hong Kong. 70 all out, it's just not good enough. An abject batting performance here from the Hong Kong Islanders, but you have to give credit where credit is due. The Kowloon Lions barely put a foot wrong. The likes of Atiq Iqbal, Finn Ridley, Yasim Murtaza, every single bowler for the Kowloon Lions today stepped up, and they've done a fantastic job. I'd be incredibly shocked if they didn't take home the 2 points today. 70 all out in just 14.2 overs. Look, at the end of the day, they lost the toss. They were put into bat. Not the easiest batting conditions, I have to say. But 70 all out, not good enough. Not good enough at all. Nonetheless, a jubilant Kowloon Lions team. They're walking back to the dugout. And we're going to be back with you in around 10 minutes from now, or a little less, for the second innings. I'm your commentator for the day, Jaidan Singhani. If you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on Twitter at Jaidan Singhani. And of course, follow Cricket Hong Kong on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter itself. We'll be back with you in around 8 minutes. The target in the second innings is 71 for the Kowloon Lions to win Game 1 of the Epic Group All-Star Series. I'll see you in 8 minutes from now. News about cricket in Hong Kong, you can find it on social media. Down the track goes Azaz, another catching opportunity, and this time Midoff makes no mistake. So an early breakthrough here for the Kowloon Lions. A good pitched up, he goes down the ground, hasn't got it all. In fact, it just about sneaks over the rope. And yes, umpire John Prakash gets his arms out, and Hong Kong Islanders got enough of it for it to carry all the way. Goes big yet again, whipped away in front of square on the leg side, and it races down to deep mid wicket. So a 6 followed by a 4. Square leg and mid wicket. That's punched. And that's racing down to the boundary as well. Look at that. Generous amount of movement in the air. He can definitely swing the ball. He's got that height as well. Here we go, Finn Ridley. Oh, that's nice and quick. That's come off the glove, and it's an easy decision for the umpire. Day. So 4 games being streamed in the space of just 1 day on that CHK YouTube and Facebook channel. That's tucked away in the leg side, looking for his first run. It's a suicidal single, and it's going to be the third wicket down. Got a 6-3 offside field, including 2 slips in position. That's short. Oh, a chance here. Deep mid wicket. Takes it. Look on strike. He takes that extra slip out of position, and that extra man is at a shortish mid wicket. Pulled away, finds mid wicket, who juggles it, but eventually takes the. Here we go. WhatsApp is loading. I'm going to share that in my family group chat right now. I urge you to do the same. A full toss, and that's been timed between cover and extra cover. An important boundary here. That ball, of course, just about sneaking beyond the boundary rope. Down the ground. Has he found the gap? Absolutely. He beats Nazakat Khan to his left. There's a chance it lands between long on and long off, but you have to take your chances. Zakir tries to go straight. Might have hit it straight into Zakat. Absolutely. 6th wicket down. Zakir Hayat. Arm, try and get up to 100, 110. Even if that means being bowled out early. Bilal Akhtar, are they going to go after him? That's short yet again. Slapped. Deep cover takes it. 7th wicket. We hope that we're going to see all 15 overs bowled here. That's assuming, of course, that the Islanders bat out their innings. That's slapped away in front square. Deep mid wicket didn't even move. Driven, uppish, but driven confidently and driven for 4. Down to that deep extra cover boundary. You like 1 for 8. Ali Muhammad, definitely capable of lifting a few deliveries over the ropes. Backs away, and he's clean bowled. Maybe he can push this total closer to that 100 run mark. Tossed up. Oh, a fortuitous outside edge. It's running down to deep third man. And I think that's Waqas's first over of the day. There we go. First over. He's bowling the very last over of the innings. And he picks up a wicket straight away. Hong Kong Islanders had no option but to go with it. Welcome back. It's the second innings of the first game between the Hong Kong Islanders and the Kowloon Lions. The news from the middle is the Kowloon Lions won the toss, decided to bowl first, restricted the Hong Kong Islanders to 70 all out in just 14.2 overs. And I like this, a nice, quick, short innings break rather. There's a bit of rain on the horizon, and that's maybe why we've had a shorter innings break. So spread the word, tell your friends and family we're back for the second innings. They need 71 to win. It's Nazakat Khan on strike. The non-striker is Yasim Murtaza. And to open things up for the Hong Kong Islanders is Ehsan Khan. Ehsan, of course, dismissed for a duck in the first innings. Can he salvage some pride here for the Islanders? The dot ball to kick things off. But a reminder of the revised playing conditions. 5 over power play here. Just 15 overs aside. They'll slip in position. Ehsan Khan. Can he get that early breakthrough? I think that's down the leg side. Maybe coming off the pad. Yes, absolutely. The umpire nodding his head. See a bit of a light drizzle coming down here at Mission Road as Nazakat Khan eyes up his options on the leg side. Fine leg and square leg both in the circle. There's a bit of a straightish deep mid-wicket in position as well as a conventional mid-wicket. It's a 5-4 leg side field right now, so if you're Ehsan Khan, you want to bowl as straight as possible and deprive Nazakat of any width. Tell you what, someone like Nazakat Khan, we all know this. He's so severe if you give him even the slightest hint of width. So good at that signature slash over point, Nazakat Khan. Vintage Nazakat loves throwing his hands at anything, and that's nice and wide. Straight, it's going to be a close call. Oh, look at that, the umpire's unmoved. Oh, Ehsan Khan saying, mate, what was that? I thought that was out. I gotta say, it was definitely very close. As you can see on the bottom of your screen, the groundsman just racing past on that tractor. It looks like the birds are starting to migrate as well. I hope that's not a sign of incoming rain. Look at that. The rain playing hide and seek. I think the drizzle has just about stopped here at Mission Road. Goes bang and just about clears mid off. First boundary of the innings here for the Kowloon Lions. They're 4 for no loss. 1 ball left in the first over. Tell you what, I'm loving this contest between Ehsan and Nazakat. 2 of Hong Kong's best players and 2 of the first names on that Hong Kong men's national team sheet. Look at that, Nazakat adjusting his gloves, looking leg side yet again. And we spoke about that as well. Nazakat Khan so severe on anything even marginally wide. Pushes that down to long on. That's all that's needed. A single to close out the first over. It's 5 for no loss after 1. New bowler? And to bowl from the other end, we have a bit of left arm seam in the form of Dhananjay Rao. DJ Rao plays, of course, for Little Saiwan. And of course, as they say, it's so useful to have that left arm angle in T20 cricket. Just adds a point of difference. I tell you what, every single time I've had the pleasure of commentating when Dhananjay Rao has been playing, He's put in a strong performance. So you could make an argument that maybe I am DJ Rao's lucky charm. And DJ Rao just making sure. In fact, the batter, Nizakat Khan, just making sure that the side screen is in the right position. And in fact, umpire John Prakash just walking down to help us adjust the side screen. And umpire John Prakash just asking if there's anything black that we can put over there on the side screen. And of course, the ball just getting a bit camouflaged with the grey surroundings here at Mission Road. Not the best light to bat in. Good enough to keep continuing, as you can see on your screens. But Nizakat Khan says, hey, you know what? Let's just get on with it. Pulled away in front of square. Oh, deep mid-wicket does really well. Pulls it in. And it looks like he saved 2 runs here. So there you go. Just 2 runs here for Nizakat Khan. Tell you what, it was a very stylish shot from the Hong Kong and Kowloon Lions skipper. Nizakat Khan. It's never a dull moment when he's at the crease. Strong shoulders, strong wrists. Nizakat. Guided straight to first slip. First wicket for DJ Rao. That's the opposite of the commentator's curse. We were talking about DJ Rao, talking him up, and he takes his first wicket. It's the massive wicket of skipper Nizakat Khan, who's walking back to the dugout. So 7 for 1. A nice early breakthrough here for the Hong Kong Islanders, but they need a lot more of this to put any sort of substantial pressure on this Kowloon Lions dugout. We're going to get confirmation soon on who's walking in at number 3. But a target of 71 here for the Kowloon Lions. In spite of this early wicket, make no mistake, they're in the driver's seat. And walking in at 1 down is Hong Kong under-19 player Parth Bhagwat. And of course, that Hong Kong under-19 team, they featured in Division 2 of the Under-19 Men's Asia Qualifier that took place in Oman earlier this year. And Hong Kong, of course, finishing second in that tournament behind Singapore. But that was enough to get them promoted to the Division 1 Under-19 Men's Under-19 World Cup Qualifier, which will take place next year. And of course, if they do well in that tournament, they will feature in the main event, the Men's Under-19 World Cup itself. But yes, quite a few players from that Under-19 setup on show today. Parth Bhagwat, just one of them. And you know what? I like to see this. Get the youngsters, get the Under-19 players up there, nice and early. And it will be interesting to see if another wicket falls. Does someone else from that Under-19 setup walk into bat? Look at that, we have 2 slips in position now. Lets that go, Parth Bhagwat, and wisely so. There's no reason to flirt with those outside the off stump. Of course, Parth, you have a lot of time to play yourself in. It's a very, very manageable target. The required rate at the start of this innings was less than 5 runs per over. So they're keeping up with that asking rate are the Kowloon Lions, and they don't need to do anything extravagant. Three balls left. That's a good channel, guided down to deep third man. But DJ Rao, he's made a good start to his day. And of course, if you do well at the Epic Group All-Stars Series, there's a chance you could get picked, I beg your pardon, to play for the national team.
getting darker and darker here at Mission Road. I tell you what, it's been a gloomy day for the Hong Kong Islanders. Just one slip in position for Yasim Murtaza. Interesting. That's down the leg side. That's not going to bring slip into position at all. Tell you what, it's not easy bowling to a right-left combination. That's no excuse to drift down the leg side, especially when you have this field set. It's a 6-3 offside field for DJ Rao. And look, I get it. At the end of the day, Yasim Murtaza, one of Hong Kong's best players, was the standout player at the Asia Cup qualifiers. But still, you need wickets. You should have 2 slips in position. That's tucked away. Single to round off the second over. It's 10 for 1 after 2. Oh, in fact, there's 1 ball remaining, courtesy of that wide delivery. It gives me a little more time to talk about that last delivery. Like we said, a 6-3 offside field. He bowled on the pads. I tell you what, Yasim Murtaza could have put that away for 4. Now he's coming over the wicket to Parth Bhagwat. Ooh, that's well fielded by that wideish slip. And a dot ball. In fact, that's more of a straightish gully than a wideish slip. Nonetheless, a dot ball to close out the second over. Now it is 10 for 1. And it looks like Ehsan Khan, the experienced, evergreen Ehsan Khan, to continue from the other end. Ehsan, of course, one of the fittest members in the Hong Kong cricket setup. I believe he runs 10 kilometers every single day. That's insane, Ehsan Khan. That's 10 more kilometers than I run every day. 10 for 1 after 2. We have a wideish first slip in position. Harun Arshad standing at slip, batted at number 4 today. Unfortunately, did not make any real contribution with the bat. Harun Arshad run out for a duck. That's on the legs, turned away. Fine leg, has a run out opportunity at the non-striker's end. And yes, it's second wicket down. Just as we were talking about a needless run out in the first innings, we see a needless run out right now. Parth Bhagwat, you've thrown it away. He's going to walk back to the dugout, and I actually wonder, was he sold down the river there by Yasim Murtaza? It was Parth Bhagwat's call, as it was tucked away behind square on the leg side. 2 wickets down now for the Kowloon Lions. I have to say, this day, the story of the day for both teams so far has been some very, very average batting. Not great signs for the national team. The Epic Group All-Star Series, of course, is a best versus best versus best 3-team single round robin competition, with the final to be played here on Sunday. But look, at the end of the day, if it sounds like I'm being harsh on these players, I'm not going to patronize them. These are the best men's players in Hong Kong. You have to bat better than this. You have to make smarter decisions. At the end of the day, Kowloon Lions, you're only chasing 71. There's absolutely no reason why you should be in a spot of bother in this chase. Now walking in at number 4, it's Wacky Boy, Waqas Barkat. Waqas, of course, just bowled 2 deliveries in the first innings. Bowled the last over and picked up a wicket to close out the innings. Look at that! A play and a miss, Ehsan Khan. There's never a dull moment when he's at the crease, making things happen. And of course, we have a first slip in position. He's taking the ball away from the left-handed Yasim Murtaza. That's flatter, straight.
giving the batters nothing to work with here, Ehsan Khan. And I tell you what, 10 for 2. It's a manageable target, but nervous moments here for the Kowloon Lions. It's a pensive dugout right now. Tell you what, I'm on the edge of my seat. I sense something's gonna happen right now. A big shot, maybe a wicket. Ooh, that is a big shot. Not big enough. Straight to mid-off. You can see that mid-off fielder, Ehsan Khan. That stung him in the fingers. It's not easy on a cold day like this when the ball comes racing at you. Yeah, I feel like after this game, a couple of fingers are gonna be in a tub of ice. 2 balls left now in the 3rd over. Already taken a wicket in this over, Ehsan Khan. In fact, that was a run out. But a good collection from Ehsan. Faster. That's guided away behind square on the offside. Can he save the 2? Yes, well done. Aftab Hussain. Couple of boundaries with the ban and a tidy bit of fielding right now. Keeps it down to just 2 runs. It was a good piece. In fact, just 1 run. Like I was saying, a good piece of cricket all round, both from Ehsan Khan and Yasim Murtaza. Yasim Murtaza just waited on that. And Ehsan Khan, of course, just mixing things up. He's so good at that. Changing up his pace, changing up his length. But one thing you're guaranteed with Ehsan Khan is nagging accuracy. Probably / definitely Hong Kong's best bowler, Ehsan Khan. Definitely Hong Kong's most consistent bowler, make no mistake about that. 38 years old, and I tell you what, Ehsan, very unlucky not to play in overseas T20 leagues. Absolutely fantastic bowler, Ehsan Khan. Fired in, Fuller, mid-off, does well. So good over, a successful one. Parth Bhagwat needlessly run out. 11 for 2 after 3. There you go. Nice to know that my family is tuning in. And of course, you can also share the link to the stream with your friends and family on Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. Tweet about it. Let's get some buzz going on social media. And of course, speaking of social media, if you want to stay abreast with the latest news in cricket in Hong Kong, follow Cricket HK on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, if you've been entertained by my commentary today, you can always follow me on Twitter at JDancingHani. If my voice sounds familiar, it's because I've commentated at numerous ICC and ACC events. I'll be in Malaysia for back-to-back events this December. But let's get back to the live action. That's streaky. And there's work to do here for deep third man. He's going to scamper around. Is this a run-out chance? No, maybe a direct hit from the deep and things could have been interesting. But look, you can see Nazakat Khan now in that Kowloon Lions dugout. He's on his feet, just yelling out some instructions and encouragement for his batters who are at the crease right now. Waqas Barkat at the non-strikers end and Yasim Murtaza on strike. But Nazakat, of course, he's powerless to do anything. The Kowloon Lions skipper hit an early boundary in the first over, which sailed just about over the head of mid-off, but dismissed, guiding Dhananjaya Rao straight into the safe hands of first slip. That was the first wicket to fall, of course, for the Kowloon Lions. And Parth Bhagwat run out in the previous over. Tries to go down the ground. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. Beats Ali Muhammad, the diving Ali Muhammad at mid-on. Unable to cut that off. And it's the first boundary of the innings here for Yasim Murtaza. That score now moving on to 17 for 2. Tell you what, the required rate, a shade under 5 runs and over, so no issues here in terms of required rate for the Kowloon Lions. But it's all about wickets and building a partnership. They're still in the driver's seat, but DJ Rao Ooh, mishits that. Ali Muhammad yet again into the action. Yasim Murtaza loves to charge at the power play. Loves to go over the infield. And more often than not in the domestic season, he's been successful. 18 for 2 now. 3 balls left in the 4th over. This, of course, is the first game of the Epic Group All-Star Series. We have 4 games in total in this tournament. And of course, the New Territories Tigers, led by Babar Hayat, will be in action 2 days from now. And of course, we have a double-header Saturday coming up in 2 days from now. Like I said, the New Territories Tigers will be making their first appearance in this tournament. And every single one of those games will take place here at Mission Road and will be streamed live on Facebook, YouTube, and FanCode. Oh, look at that. Finds that movement into the right-hander. DJ Rao creating problems for the Kowloon Lions. And you know what they say about left-arm seamers. Of course, they have that angle, that natural angle away from a right-handed batters. But someone like DJ Rao, if he can find that movement back into these right-handers, he's going to cause even more problems. 1 for 12 in 1.4 overs so far. Can he make it 2 for 12? It's too short. Finds backward point. So DJ Rao gets away with that one. A reminder, each bowler can only bowl a maximum of 3 overs. And Azaz Khan, if you're listening to me, and if you'd like to take my advice, you gotta keep DJ Rao going. He's been the most threatening of the bowlers so far. Tell you what, Ehsan Khan, actually, he's been pretty threatening himself. Beat the outside edge of Yasim Murtaza just minutes ago. Oh, once again, no movement of the feet. Wacky boy. Mate, gotta get that confident stride. Gotta get your feet to the pitch of the ball and drive it through the covers. Nonetheless, a dot ball to close out the 4th over, 18 for 2. So another 53 runs required for victory. And they have 11 overs to do it in. 53 off 66. I gotta say, I love how many camera people are in here at Mission Road. Getting good coverage in the media. And for the first time today, we see a change in bowling. I'm not sure I actually agree with this. Ehsan Khan was causing some problems. So it's going to be off-spinner to replace off-spinner. Kinchit Shah coming around the wicket to Yasim Murtaza. Tell you what, if Kinchit takes a wicket right now, I'm going to look pretty foolish here in the commentary box. There you go. On your screens just a few moments ago. Babar Hayat. Nice to see him hitting here at Mission Road. Down the track, Yasim Murtaza times it well, but it goes straight to mid-off. Tucked away, looking for a single. Ooh, he's gonna get it. Hassan Khan Muhammad, bit of a misfield there. And they can ill afford that. The Hong Kong Islanders defending just 70 runs. A target of 71 here for the Kowloon Lions. And if you've just tuned in to this broadcast, I want to give you a bit of a recap. The Kowloon Lions won the toss on a gloomy Thursday afternoon here in Hong Kong and decided to bowl first. That decision was vindicated. They bowled out the Hong Kong Islanders for just 70 runs. The Islanders couldn't bat out their allotment of 15 overs. Bowled out in 14.2 overs. That's short, it's quick. Oh, goes to backward point, a bit of a misfield. Ooh, a direct hit could have made things interesting. Nonetheless, they get through for a streaky single. 20 for 2 now, 3 balls left in the 5th over. I'm I'm not gonna lie to you, I was expecting maybe we'd have a bit of an early finish here at Mission Road. The Kowloon Lions not making things easy for themselves. Yasim Murtaza on strike once again. Tries to charge down the wicket. Well done. Kinchit Shah saw Yasim Murtaza coming, shortened his length, and that's pushed down to long on for just a single. It's been the story of the day so far. Boundaries have been hard to come by for both teams. Kowloon Lions not starting well, but they've still got their noses in front. They're definitely in the driver's seat. You get the sense that maybe 2 or 3 quick wickets right now and things could get interesting. He's gone over the top, over extra cover. Has that gone all the way? Absolutely. Waqas Barkat, the shot of the day. Make no mistake about that. Against the spin as well. The reverse commentator's curse. Look at that. 27 for 2. 1 ball left in the 5th over. And a reminder that the power play is only 5 overs long. So only 2 fielders allowed outside the circle and 1 ball left in the power play. Waqas Barkat. I'm interested to see, does he, or will he rather, choose to go over the top again? Nine runs off the over so far, the best over of the innings. Catching opportunity, it's taken. But the umpire says no, no pad. Apologies, no bat on that. Coming straight off the pad. So Waqas Barkat survives. And Kowloon Lions 27 for 2 at the end of the power play. And of course, at the end of the 5 overs, 27 for 2, the power play's over. But the good news is, even if it starts raining, we're going to have a result in this game. You need a minimum of 5 overs to get a result based on the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method. So there you go. 5 runs ahead of that DLS par score. But of course, they're 4 minutes behind the required over rate here, the Hong Kong Islanders. We're going to see a change in bowling. Hassan Khan Muhammad into the attack. Hassan Khan Muhammad, quite impressive during the Premier League. He's been in and around that national setup. A strong performance at the Epic Group All-Star Series could catapult him back into the national team. There we go, right on the money. Tell you what, if he can take the wicket of someone like Yasim Murtaza, that's going to go a long way towards his chances of a national call-up. I'm also really looking forward to seeing someone like Ali Muhammad coming into the attack. Ali Muhammad as well, he's got some pace. He's got some hustle and bustle about him, Ali Muhammad. Not the fastest bowler in Hong Kong, but he's aggressive. So yes, Ali Muhammad, I hope to see him come into the attack maybe in the very next over. Kinchit Shah, of course, being deposited over that extra cover boundary just moments ago. That's pushed to mid-off, well fielded. I gotta say, on a cold, gloomy day here at Mission Road, I feel like, oof, I'm getting kind of hungry here for some reason. I had a big plate of chicken pulao before coming here, and I want some more. There we go, homemade chicken pulao. How good would that be? Tucked away on the leg side. An easy single for Yasim Murtaza. And Yasim moves on to 12 of 15. I gotta say, it's not too often I say that. 12 of 15 for Yasim Murtaza. We used to see him getting off getting off to quicker starts than this. But Yasim Murtaza, he's looked like a different batter ever since he was moved up to the top of the order for Hong Kong. And he batted at the top of the order throughout the duration of that men's T20 Premier League. Opened the batting, of course, for Pakistan Association, who finished second at the men's T20 Premier League. Tucked away once again, and once again it's a single. Yasim Murtaza loves to attack that power play. Play some high-risk cricket, Yasim Murtaza. 2 balls left now in the 6th over. 29 for 2. .42 runs required for victory. Still one slip in position. Hassan Khan Muhammad. Can he pick up his first wicket? Tell you what, he's been right on the money so far in this over. You saw on your screens just now, Babar Hayat still down there. Doing a little bit of scouting perhaps here, Babar Hayat. That's cut away nicely, but finds the fielder. A bit of a fumble allows them to get through for 1. And Kowloon Lions ticking along nicely at exactly 5 runs and over. They're 30 for 2 after 6. We have another change in bowling. I believe it's Ali Muhammad maybe coming into the attack. Or maybe they've changed their mind. Yeah, there you go. They've changed their mind. It's going to be Hassan Khan. And Hassan, of course, he's going to be into his last over. You can't bowl more than 3 overs per bowler. 15 over a side contest, of course. I gotta say credit to the ground staff for being able to get this ground ready, match ready. A lot of hard work going in. Hong Kong, of course, in the last 2 days was battered by a tropical cyclone. Thankfully, the weather's been slightly better today, and that's why we're out here in the middle. That's why we've got live action for you from the Epic Group All-Star Series. A big thank you to Epic Group, our title sponsors. Here comes Hassan Khan. Epic Group, of course, have been so supportive of cricket in Hong Kong for quite a few years now, especially since the onset of the pandemic. The Epic Group All-Star Series, not for the first time, the Epic Group sponsoring the All-Star Series. And without you, of course, and any of our sponsors, it's hard to pull off events like this. Oh, look at that, saw him coming. Oh, he's sent back here, Waqas Barkat, and sent back just in time. You know what they say, never run on a misfield. It's the first time in this season that I've seen Yasim Murtaza frustrated. Well, actually the second time. First time was 4 days ago against KCC. There we go. A comment coming in here on YouTube. Gloomy day indeed, but what great commentary. Thank you so much, YouTube user. Shorter, flatter, straight and out. Yasim Murtaza. Bit of a frustrating stay at the crease comes to an end. He walks back to the dugout, dismissed for 13. And now they're 30 for 3. A bit of hope now for the Hong Kong Islanders. Still 41 runs required for victory. But they've lost 3 wickets now. Kowloon Lions. I tell you what, we might just be on the cards for an upset here at Mission Road. Maybe I'm speaking too early. Still a lot of work to do here for the Hong Kong Islanders. And a little bit of work to do for the Kowloon Lions as well. Tell you what, Kowloon Lions, tough conditions to bat in. It's quite dark and gloomy. But I think they want to see a natural conclusion to this game. Of course, they're slightly ahead, I believe, on that Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method. But it's always better to get an outright win. Now walking in at number 5, Zishan Ali. Not used to see him walking in at number 5. But Parth Bhagwat got a chance, of course, up at number 3, the Hong Kong under-19 player. But Parth Bhagwat, he was needlessly run out. I think it was actually his call earlier in the power play. It was his call. And he was sent back by Yasim Murtaza. And then he was sent packing by the umpire. Unfortunate for Parth Bhagwat. But for now, it's Zishan Ali. Look at that, showing the utmost respect here for Ehsan Khan, choosing not to take on the Hong Kong veteran. And Zishan, of course, one of those members of this team who have experience of playing in a full member country. A lot of experience playing in Pakistan for Zishan Ali. Turned away on the leg side. There you go, consecutive dot balls. Just 1 ball left in this over. In fact, it's the end of the over and the end of a successful spell for Ehsan Khan. Picked up a wicket in that spell. Built some great pressure. 30 for 3 now after 7. They need a further 41 of 48 deliveries. It's going to be Hassan Khan Mohammed to continue. And for the first time today, I have thrown on my windbreaker. It's getting chilly. Well, real chilly here at Mission Road. That's too short. Oh, a bit of a misfield as well from backward point, but deep cover does well. Runs around, cuts it down to a single. But of course, Hong Kong Islanders, you cannot afford to bowl short and wide. You can see Hassan Khan Mohammed just running back to his run-up, fetching a little bit of sawdust. Maybe that bowler's run-up just getting a little bit damp and soft. He's also in a rush because they're behind the over rate right now, the Hong Kong Islanders. Drying up his hands as well here, Hassan Khan Mohammed, still looking for his first wicket. Tell you what, if he can pick up a wicket right now, it will make things more interesting. Zishan Ali just eyeing up his options on the leg side. It's a 5-4 offside field right now. Oh, it's too short. Pushed into the covers. And he scampers through for his first run. He's off the mark now, Zishan Ali. Wagas Barkat batting on a run-a-ball 9. And those 9 runs, of course, included a glorious hit over extra cover, going inside out against Kinchit Shah for what I have to say was the shot of the day. But since then, no boundaries for the Kowloon Lions. Runs just drying up a little bit, and of course losing the big wicket of Yasim Murtaza, bowled by the accurate Ehsan Khan. Full whipped away. Look at that. That's gone all the way. Absolutely. John Prakash is going to get both hands up. Wakas Barkat with his second maximum of the day. And I tell you what, that is actually the shot of the day now. 38 for 3, they're more than halfway there. Just another 33 runs required for victory. Waqas Barkat moving into double figures in style. And encouraging signs here at Mission Road. The birds are getting louder and louder. We see a couple of pigeons just perched on that outfield. A couple of pigeons, a couple of sparrows at deep mid-wicket. Tell you what, Waqas Barkat, if he gets a hold of some, those pigeons could be in trouble. Defended straight back to the bowler. Waqas Barkat, of course, was part of that coaching staff for the Hong Kong under-19s down in Oman. So he's familiar with a lot of the names in this Epic Group All-Star Series. The likes, of course, of Daniel Mapp, Jaden Botfield, who's not in action today. Deep square leg. Oh, takes that on the bounce. And I just wonder, maybe he should have been attacking that delivery. Look, it's not easy diving forward, trying to take those catches. You might wear one on the chin. You might have a trip to the dentist. But at the end of the day, you need 7 more wickets to win. You have to take those risks in the field. .32 needed of 43 deliveries. Zishan Ali looking for his first boundary. It's on the legs, a leg stump half volley for the second time in this over. And maybe just lucky to get away with that one. Hassan Khan Mohammed turned away to deep square leg for an easy single. That rounds off the 8th over, 40 for 3 after 8. Looks like we're going to see a change in bowling. Left arm spin in the form of Aftab Hussain. Yet another one of those cricketers looking to work his way back into national contention. Before the pandemic, of course, Aftab Hussain was a regular feature in that Hong Kong first choice 11. Combined really well with Ehsan Khan. And of course, Aftab and Ehsan, they formed a great partnership. And they were a big reason why Hong Kong finished second at the ACC Eastern Region T20 Championship. They of course finished second to Singapore, but they gained qualification for the, well, they advanced, I beg your pardon, to the Asia Cup qualifiers. But at the Asia Cup qualifiers, Aftab Hussain was not in the squad because someone by the name of Yasim Murtaza swept in and took Aftab Hussain's position from him. I tell you what, it was a wise decision as well. Yasim Murtaza, probably the best left arm spinner in the country, but he's also a top order batter. Aftab Hussain certainly capable of wielding the willow, but he's not a top order option. That just goes to show the competition for positions in that Hong Kong spin department. The likes of Aftab Hussain, Dan Pascoe, Yasim Murtaza, all left arm spinners. Ehsan Khan, the off spinner, that's a big appeal, an optimistic appeal. Like I was saying, off spinners Ahan Trivedi and Ehsan Khan. And then you have the leg spin of Muhammad Ghazanfar. Oh, Ghazanfar, mate, you had a fantastic Asia Cup qualifier tournament. Here we go, slip in position. Oh, look at that. A tiny inside edge just saving Waqas Barkat on that occasion. 42 for 3, they're living dangerously here. Kowloon Lions, 29 more needed for victory. Pushed off the back foot. Straight to deep cover. like I say, in that spin department. Huge competition for places. You get the feeling Ehsan Khan, there's no dislodging him as Hong Kong's first choice spinner. And Yasim Murtaza, Yasim Murtaza, probably the first name on the team sheet after Nizakat Khan. Tucked away on the leg side, they're thinking about 2. Maybe they're not thinking about 2. At the end of the day, there's no need for risky second rounds. If you're the Kowloon Lions, you're in the ascendancy. You're in control of this chase. But if I was the Kowloon Lions, maybe I'd be tempted to try and finish things off as soon as possible. Get that net run rate up. Only 2 out of these 3 teams will qualify for the final. And if teams are tied on points, could be decided by net run rate. Oh, look at that, just coming on with the arm. That's a nice way to close out the 9th over. Just 4 runs off it, 44 for 3. Gotta say, a lot of mosquitoes flying around the commentary enclosure right now. Oh man, I definitely wore a couple during the Premier League. Oh god. A mosquito that absolutely went to town on my neck. Got multiple mosquito bites on my neck for some reason. I actually do have some bug spray in my knapsack right now. Thinking maybe it's not too late to whip out some of that DEET. Ugh, getting itchy. Tell you what, Hong Kong Islanders, they're in a bit of a scratchy position themselves. 44 for 3. The Kowloon Lions require just another 27 runs to win. 27 to win in 36 balls. And for the first time today, we're going to see Ali Muhammad into the attack. Ali Muhammad just looking behind him. Who is that man calling out my name? Here we go. First ball for Ali Muhammad. Oh, look at that. Big grunt. Didn't get any bounce off this wicket, sadly. A dot ball to kick off his spell. Tell you one thing about Ali Muhammad, he's always got a smile on his face. Oh, I don't see him smiling right now. Puts in a lot of energy, Ali Muhammad. I think that's DJ Rao there at deep mid wicket, shouting some encouragement. Short once again. It doesn't get up. It looks like DJ Rao makes no mistake, cuts it off. Just a single. Is that DJ Rao? Number 5 is Dan Mapp. Is that Abdul Samad?
He's not playing.
Abdul Samad is not playing.
Finn was playing. We didn't
It's fine. In fact, it was Zakir Hayat doing the fielding on that occasion. That's pushed into the offside. Waqas Barkat. It's been quite impressive today. It's a short stay at the innings, of course. A target of 71 was, well, you felt it was always within reach for the Kowloon Lions. Bit of a shaky start for them, make no mistake about that. But they're 46 for 3 now, ticking along nicely. And a bit of a mini partnership brewing between Waqas Barkat and Zishan Ali. And if you're the Kowloon Lions, you want to finish off this chase without losing any further wickets. Nice and quick from Ali Muhammad. Squeezed into the offside for an easy single. Muhammad Awais backing up there, so it's not going to be a bonus run. So the countdown begins, just 24 more runs needed. And once again, it's Waqas Barkat on strike. He's hit 2 maximums so far today. 1 over extra cover, 1 over a wide-ish mid-on. That, I have to say, was the shot of the day. Timed the pants off that. Goes down the ground, there's coverage in the deep. Muhammad Awais makes no mistake, just a single. 23 needed to win. 31 deliveries. Required run rate, it's not an issue, not at all. 7 wickets in hand. Kowloon Lions, it's been a dominant performance so far today. Zishan Ali still looking for his first boundary, charges down the track. Well done, Ali Muhammad, shortening his length. Another over ticks by, 4 runs off it, 48 for 3 after 10. The good news for the Hong Kong Islanders is, at the very least, they are limiting the damage in terms of net run rate. You got the sense that at the start of this innings, the result was a foregone conclusion. But of course, if multiple teams end up tied on points, if all 3 teams end up tied on points, qualification for the final will come down to net run rate. So 23 needed off 30 balls, but if you are the Hong Kong Islanders, of course, ideally you'd want a victory, but your second priority, of course, is to limit that net run rate damage, drag this game out as much as possible. Now continuing in his second over, Aftab Hussain. Aftab has been driven down the ground. There's work to do here for long off. He's unable to cut it off, and 50 up now for the Kowloon Lions. Just 19 more runs required for victory. Well done, Waqas Barkat. Moves into the 20s now, 23 of 20. And Waqas Barkat by far has been the pick of the batters so far today. Not just for the Kowloon Lions, but just in general. It's his first 4 of the innings to go with 2 maximums. It's getting even chillier now here at Mission Road. That's a good bit of cricket. Placed well into that vacant mid-wicket region. And a simple single. Oh, quick call of no ball. It's gonna be a free hit. Aftab Hussain. A cardinal sin as a spinner. You cannot overstep. Look at that. There's one person you don't want to be bowling a free hit to is Zishan Ali, national team player. Where's he gonna go? A free hit. Goes leg side. I think he's found that gap. He's cleared mid-wicket. And that free hit, it's an expensive free hit. It travels to the boundary for 4. 59 for 3 now. 12 more runs needed. There are 3 balls left in this over. A couple of maximums will finish it off. And if you're the Kowloon Lions, you want to finish things off as soon as possible. You want a nice, cheeky little net run rate boost. Good thing for the Lions, that run rate. They've been steadily increasing in the last 20 to 25 minutes. They were, of course, 30 for 3 at one point. So a partnership of 29 between Zishan Ali and the aggressive Waqas Barkat. Ooh, a thickish inside edge, squeezed down to deep square leg, rather, for an easy single. Still 2 balls left in this over. Aftab Hussain proving a bit expensive today. Driven down the ground, long off. Should clean this up. Yes, he does. There's substitution in the field as well. Alian Muhammad coming in as a substitute for Awais. 11 more runs needed for victory. 10, I beg your pardon. Make that 9 now. Another over ticks by. We're getting closer and closer to what feels like an inevitable Kowloon Lions victory. They're 62 for 3 now after 11. Ali Muhammad to continue. Can he pick up his first wicket? Nice and quick, but on the legs, it's whipped away. Deep square leg does well, cuts it off. It's just a single. There's 8 more runs required for victory. And any spectators in the ground, well, tell you what, you may as well start the car. I think this game is going to end in this over itself. Waqas Barkat. Look at that. A bit of a square-on stance. I think he's going to go leg side. Yes, he goes leg side, and he goes all the way for 6. Look at that. That's 600 Hong Kong dollars we are never going to see again into that housing estate on Argyle Street. Waqas Barkat taking his team within 2 runs of what would be a convincing victory here at Mission Road. It's the first game, of course, of the Epic Group All-Stars Series. And the Kowloon Lions bowling out the Hong Kong Islanders for just 70 runs in that first innings. The Hong Kong Islanders unfortunately could not bat out their full quota of 15 overs. Ever since they won the toss, the Kowloon Lions, they've been in the ascendancy. They've never taken their foot off the throat of the opposition. And now, all they need is 2 runs for a convincing victory. Ali Muhammad runs in. Bang! He goes again. This could be a catching chance. Deep mid-wicket. Unable to cut it off. Stops the boundary, but they cross over for 2. Well done, Waqas Barkat. This should be the target achieved. Yes, we're waiting for the confirmation from the scores, but he ends on 33 not out. Well done, Waqas Barkat. Well done, Kowloon Lions. It's their bowlers who set things up, bowling Hong Kong Islanders out for just 70 runs. The likes of Finn Ridley, Atiq Iqbal, Yasim Murtaza, all of them can pat themselves on the back for a job well done. Convincing victory to kick off the Epic Group All-Star Series. I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansinghani. If you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on social media and on Twitter at Jay Dansinghani, and of course, be sure to follow Cricket Hong Kong on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube and Twitter as well. Hit that bell icon, hit that subscribe button, and every single time we've got live cricket from Hong Kong, you will be the first to find out. But a quick recap. Bowled down for 70, the Hong Kong Islanders and the Kowloon Lions, winning with 7 wickets to spare. Don't go too far. In just a moment from now, we'll be back with some highlights if you've missed the action. But for now, I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansigani, signing off. And I hope to see you in 2 days from now for another double header here at the Epic Group All-Star Series. The rain playing hide and seek. I think the drizzle has just about stopped here at Mission Road. Goes bang and just about clears mid-off. First boundary of the innings. Guided straight to first slip. First wicket for DJ Ram. Needless run out in the first innings. We see a needless run out right now. Parth Bhagwat, you've thrown it away. He's going to walk back to the dugout, and I actually wonder, was he sold down the river there by Yasim Murtaza? It was Parth, of course, for the Kowloon Lions. And Parth Bhagwat run out in the previous over. Tries to go down the ground. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. Beats Ali Muhammad, the diving Ali Muhammad at mid-on. You get the sense that maybe 2 or 3 quick wickets right now, and things could get interesting. He's gone over the top, over extra cover. Has that gone all the way? Absolutely. Waqas Barkat, the great commentary. Thank you so much, YouTube user. Shorter, flatter, straight and out. Yasim, of course, losing the big wicket of Yasim Murtaza, bowled by the accurate Ehsan Khan. Full whipped away. Look at that. That's gone all the way. Absolutely. Aftab has been driven down the ground. There's work to do here for long off. He's unable to cut it off, and 50 up. A free hit too is Zishan Ali, national team player. Where's he gonna go? A free hit. Goes leg side. I think he's found that gap. He's cleared mid-wicket. And that free. Look at that. A bit of a square on stance. I think he's gonna go leg side. Yes, he goes leg side, and he goes all the way for 6. Look at that. That's 600 Hong Kong dollars we are never going to see again.
2.2, man. 2.2.
No, it's in the cable, hai na? Oh, you put it in the headphone.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So an eventful first day here at the Epic Group All-Star Series. Bowled out for 70, the Hong Kong Islanders on the back of a disciplined bowling performance from the Kowloon Lions and a convincing 7-wicket victory for them, driven in large part by 33 not out from Waqas Barkat. And of course, I think I've kind of given away the ghost on who's the player of the match there, but I want to introduce our dignitary for the evening, the General Manager for High Performance here at CHK, Mark Farmer. If you could please join me up here. And Mark Farmer will be presenting that Player of the Match award to none other than Waqas Barkat. I'm going to step out of the frame while these two pose for a picture. Waqas, if you could join me for a few quick words. Waqas, I mean, at the end of the day, the victory was set up by your bowlers, 70 all out. It was a great bowling display. Just talk to us about some of your game plans and strategies as a team going into that first innings.
Obviously, I thought it was a good toss to win. First of all, obviously not easy to bat on early on, but I thought again bowlers did their job and put them under pressure. We got the early wickets. We didn't allow them to take any singles, so didn't allow them to have a partnership. So that's why we could restrict them for 70. And obviously going into bat, obviously the wicket was a little easier, but again you need to spend some time to make sure that you chase the runs down. And we, myself and obviously Yasem had a good partnership there, and then myself with Zishan, we had a small partnership and made sure that we do not rely on other guys to come in and bat. So that was probably the plan for us. Obviously winning the first game is very important to go into three match tournament, so that was good, very good start from us.
And of course, in your squad, there are a lot of Hong Kong under-19 players who, you know about them. You were in Oman with the Hong Kong under-19s. Can you talk to us more about, what we can come to expect from some of the Hong Kong under-19 boys for the rest of the series?
Obviously, very good from Cricket Hong Kong to allow the under-19s to play in this series, because it's very important for these guys to play with the national players, to learn and understand how the game goes about and understand the situation and the pressure. When they're under pressure, they know how to come out of the pressure. So I think this is a great example today where the way how bowlers bowl and the way our fielders fielded and the way we finished the game off, I think it's a great learning for them. So obviously there are a few of them who I've seen in the squad to watch out. Obviously Parth, Samad, those two guys, and plus Alian in Islanders. So you'll be able to see a good show from these three boys in the next coming matches.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's starting to come down a little bit here at Mission Road, so I'm not going to keep you any longer. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
So there you have it, a convincing 7-wicket victory for the Kowloon Lions and a man of the match performance, player of the match performance from Waqas Barkat.